A lot of men don't have these conversations. They suffer in silence, especially being a provider, because you taught that you gotta do this. And I meet so many men in the gym that are depressed, and they tell me, man, Kevin, what did you do? I tell them I started learning to love the stranger that was once myself.
I love this nigga Kev, bro. Like, he just put a smile on my face, bro. Like, he has that radiant energy, and that just makes like, it's like, man, I love you, dog. Like, even though you going through your own shit too, and I know you not perfect. I know you going through some stuff, but just the fact that you kept a smile and you radiating this energy, I love you even more for that, man. But to actually speak on what he said in that video, a lot of men are actually suffering in silence. We don't have these conversations, especially since you're viewed as a provider. Depression is real, and loving yourself, like what he said, is that end-all cure, right? And I feel like I need to explain what love yourself means, because people throw out this term loosely, and people who are new to even the concept of love is going to get confused. Like they're going to be like, okay, well, you're telling me to love myself, but how do I do that, right? How do I love myself? Because that looks different for everybody. And the root of it, first, I would say sit down. Truly, like reset for a second, whether that's like for a day, a week, month, however you can do that within your schedule, even if it's just for like an hour, 30 minutes, and try and make it consistent and address who you are, right? Look at yourself in that moment and do it with a non-judgmental perspective, meaning this is who I am at this moment, and you're not, or I'm not, giving say-so on whether this is good or bad. I'm just saying this is what it is, right? You can start with the obvious shit, right? I'm black. I'm not going to say whether that's good or bad. I'm black, right? Start with the foundations of things, right? And then you'll see, even in your habits, right? I like playing soccer. That's not a bad thing. That's not a good thing. Just acknowledge it. You like playing soccer. You play soccer. Play video games. You read a lot. You work out. You meditate. You smoke. You drink, you like having sex, whatever the case may be, right? Truly list out the things that represents you in that moment and be truthful. And then the next step, after you've acknowledged where you are, I mean everything, right? Where you live, the state, literally your physique, your facial features, literally everything. Put it on the table, right? Once you can see yourself, at least on like a piece of paper, right? If you just list these things off, just jot it down, your subconscious starts to become activated, right? Because what is your subconscious known for? Your subconscious is known for doing, maneuvering, acting, and exhibiting without you necessarily having to give it that say so, right? At a core level, your subconscious is kind of who you are, because all the things that's programmed back there is going to show somewhere within you, right? And it's even down to the minute things, right? My glasses, right? These glasses are old. My old glasses broke, right? This thing right here is messed up, or whatever the case may be. If my subconscious was hyper focused on, I need to look perfect, I need to be, I need to make sure I look good, I don't know who's going to be watching this video, whatever the case may be, I would have had different glasses on, right? Literally, when I say the back of your subconscious was everything that's programmed up there is going to show somewhere in your reality. So once you can at least look and kind of start seeing yourself, it starts activating a part of your actual conscious. Like it starts linking the two to where you're like, I don't like this. Or now you can say, oh, that's kind of good. That's a good trait. Maybe if I, switch this around a little bit, this may actually help me. Or, hey, I notice I have, in the last like 5-10 years, I have a tendency to join sports teams. Maybe I actually like working out. Maybe I'm meant to have a better physique. So now I can start moving forward. You see, the process of loving yourself is bridging the past, present, and the future. The past is all the things that happened that brought you into right now. Your right now is a reflection of all the things that happened in your past, even to the last second. Your right now is reflecting the past. The future is what you do with it. The future is essentially you loving yourself, right? Loving yourself is moving forward, right? Well, once you can see where you're at, once you can see what's you, and you accept it, you now have the capability or the strength, the courage to do something different or do more of it, right? But if you don't know yourself, if you can't even look at yourself and be like, hey, this is where I'm at, moving forward is going to be very, very, very hard, right? And that's like being depressed, but being in denial that you're depressed because you don't want to be depressed. The person who acknowledges they're depressed will probably end up with a saner headspace and not be depressed sooner than the person who was depressed but tricked themselves into a sense of delusion that they're okay, right? It's fixing the way that you not only see yourself, you see your mental health, you see, your future, your decision making. Once you can ultimately love yourself, right? You open yourself up. You take the constraints off. Loving yourself frees you, because at that exact moment you realize you can do whatever you want to, right? Loving yourself means if I want to go walk outside, I can walk outside. Loving yourself means this is me, right? Even without you doing anything else, this is who I am. The good and the bad. And then all this other self-improvement, motivational type stuff, then that's when you can actually start applying it, right? But you can't, that's like trying to answer a question, or that's like trying to give an answer to a question that you don't know. You don't even know how to respond. You don't even know what area, what subject. You would just literally be guessing about how to pass this test because you didn't even see the question. There's no question on the paper. Once you put the question on the paper, what's the subject? What's me? Now I can give a solution. Now I can say, well, hey, if I don't like this, maybe I can change it. Let's try changing it. Your confidence comes back. You start not to care about what other people think as much. You start moving from more of a liberated space and more of a liberated energy. It all ties back to the core root of who you are, right? Accept your past because it's done. There's nothing you can do about it. But it impacted you and it sculpted you to where you are now. All because you can't do anything about it doesn't mean that it's not impacted. So take note, right? And get to a point where you don't judge yourself. That's probably the easiest way to do this too. Not judging yourself. Once you get to that point where you can just say, this is who I am, good and bad, that's basically loving yourself. Because then you realize this person may see the good one. person may see the bad one. This person may see both of them. That doesn't make me one or the other. That doesn't make me a good person. That doesn't make me a bad person. I'm a person. That's the core center of love. I think there's like spiritual scriptures and books that probably says this a little bit deeper and clear. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. I don't read. I try to, but I'm a writer. I'm a creative. My information comes straight to me. I'm gonna keep it so $1.50 with you. If I'm reading something, it's because I'm really trying to like dig deeper into it, which usually it only, shows me stuff I already knew, which might have been kind of off topic. Yeah, I think I got off topic. Wait. Anyways, love yourself, man. Do you try your best to, not judge yourself and just fall into the flow. Do what you gotta do. Let people talk. If you want to change something, change it. If you don't want to change it, don't change it. There's no right or wrong in this life. Literally. But you will reap what you sow. Ooh, I like that. There's no right or wrong, but you reap what you sow. Ooh, I'm ending on that. Ooh, I'm on my deep shit. Ooh.